Today we're talking arrays. An array is a map. Arrays have a key and a value. So each key maps to a value. So today I want to walk you through a basic example of an array, how to create one, how to print one out, and how to read the different keys and values. So today let's start with a simple array of fruits. So we're going to declare an array fruits, and here's how you declare an array. You type the word array, and then inside the parentheses you state your values. For the first array we're going to work without keys, and I'll show you what happens when you do not declare your keys explicitly. So this array is going to have three elements: apple, orange, and cherry. So we've declared an array called fruits with three elements. Now let's print that out to the screen. So print our fruits is going to give us 0 is apple, 1 is orange, and 2 is cherry. Notice we didn't tell the code that apple was the 0 element. So what happens with PHP is if you don't declare a key, it's going to assign them for you. And the way it works is it starts at 0 and it increments up by 1. So if you notice, apple's 0, orange is 1, and cherry's 2. Now that makes sense if you start at 0, then 1, then 2. So what if we want to declare our own keys? What if we don't want to start at 0? What if we have another number or a numbering system in mind? Let's do this exact same array that we just did, but this time we're going to declare our own keys. So let's start with 1, 2, and 3. So when you declare the keys, the way the code works is you state the key, then you do equal sign and arrow, and then you declare your value. And then for each new array key and value, you separate it with a comma. So we're going to start with array entry 1 is apple, array entry 2 is orange, and array entry 3 is cherry. So now let's print that array to the screen and see what happens. So this time we get 1, key 1 is apple, key 2 is orange, and key 3 is cherry in our fruits array. So it's exactly what we did above here, but this time we're explicitly declaring our keys. So there's one other helpful loop you can use if you want to loop through an array, and it doesn't matter what size it is. This is extremely helpful when you're writing code to go through arrays and see the different keys and values, and that is the for each loop. And so here's how the for each loop works. You're going to do for each parentheses your array name, in this case fruits from above, as key equal sign arrow and value. Now let me pause here for a second. Key and value can be your own variable names as long as they're not being used elsewhere. I like key and value because it's very intuitive. You're telling me exactly what I want to know. So what this is going to do is it's going to loop through each array that we create, each array entry, and it's going to print out the key and value to the screen. So if we were to run this code right now, it would print out 1 equal to apple, 2 equal to orange, 3 equal to cherry, which is what we expect. Now let's add one more entry. Let's say fruit 4 equals, and then we'll say plum. Okay, so if we run this new array with the 4th entry, this is going to print out 4 equal to plum. So it doesn't matter if you add or subtract array entries. For each is great because it's going to figure out what your array key and values are, and it's just going to loop through until it loops through and reaches the last entry, and it'll print everything in the array out to the screen. So that's the array and for each tutorial today. Stay tuned for more PHP programming. Thank you.